Hello, you've reached Rain Tree Spirit. I'm Raven. Happy Samhain. Happy Halloween. It's so exciting, finally. I've had my Halloween decorations up since early September, so I've been celebrating Halloween for quite some time. So it's definitely my favorite holiday. It always has been, really, that and New Year's Eve. I like holidays that are fun. But Halloween or Samhain has a sober side to it. It's a day of honoring the ancestors, honoring people that we know who have passed on to the next level of consciousness. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about that. We so often fear death, and perhaps that's why Halloween has turned into this sort of scary, frightening holiday, when in actuality it's really just honoring the thin veil between the land of the living that we're accustomed to and the land of the dead, which we will eventually come to know. But I don't view it as something sad or scary or horrible. Even though I love horror movies and that's fun, at least the ones that are not gory. I don't like those ones, but I love the paranormal, and I don't view death as something that we need to fear. It is something that if we keep it in mind on a daily basis, it's something we can learn from. And on that note, I actually wanted to recommend this book. It's by Eknath Easwaran, who was actually my first spiritual teacher, and it's called Dialogue with Death. And that title is not going to get a whole lot of people excited, but it's actually a wonderful book about what death can teach us during life. And that is really the whole point of this video, is that death is our instructor. The fact that we know that this existence is finite is something that is supposed to motivate us to do our best while we're here, because we don't know when it's going to end. And definitely in wealthy Western societies, we've been a little bit separated from the reality of death. And certainly there are areas, even in America and certainly around the world, where people do not take their lives for granted because they're used to seeing death and war. And as our own society in America is becoming more and more violent, I think people will have to really start thinking about death as a normal part of life. And that it's not a good thing that we live, obviously, in a violent society, but what is good is that it reminds us that we don't know how long we're here, and that should inform the way we live. So the people that we meet, the connection that we make with spirit along the way, whether you adopt a actual religious practice or a spiritual discipline, that's what life is all about. That and the human connections that we make, the difference that we make on the planet. Our lives are not meant to just watch television and play games, make a little money until we die. That is really not the whole point of our being here. The point of our being here is to make each other happy, to make a difference, to make the world a little bit better once you leave than it is now. That's a wonderful and exciting thing. And each of us, each of you, has your own gift and your own talent and your own capacity. And that is the way you are to make a difference on the planet. Maybe you're a singer, maybe you're a dancer, maybe you're an artist, maybe you're a teacher, maybe you're a math whiz, maybe you're a scientist. It doesn't matter what it is. It's all the same. It's all gifts from the goddess that are meant to bless the people around you. Your ministry is your contact list. The people that you know, the people in your inner circle and in even your outer circle, the people who know you, are the people that you are here to minister to in whatever capacity you've been gifted to do that. And that is the whole point of life. Life is not about accumulating things, although it's certainly nothing wrong with having things and being happy and comfortable and having a good time. I don't believe in religions that discourage any kind of fun. I mean, that's not the purpose of life either, is to be miserable and just wait for death. No, we're supposed to live life fully, live it with joy, live it with purpose. And then when we pass on, we've left something behind. All the people that we've influenced while we're here, that is our legacy. And even if you don't have children, certainly if you have children, that is a very tangible legacy. But even if you don't have children, all the people that you've touched while you were alive, all the difference that you made in your job and in your hobbies and your clubs and with your friends and with family and with strangers, all the beauty and the good that you left behind while you were here, that is yours forever. That is like it's indelibly imprinted in the fabric of the universe, all the good that you leave behind, and it's beautiful. And so on this day of Hallows Eve, while we prepare to do whatever we're going to do tonight, whether it's the traditional trick-or-treating, or whether, like I'm going to do, pray and meditate for myself and others, whatever it is you're going to do today, do it with an eye towards the transition that we all will eventually make. So death is definitely not the end. It is a transition into another plane of existence. However, everything that we do here is in preparation for that time. So if you totally ignore spirit and you live a life totally unconscious, wasting your life, you will not suddenly gain enlightenment when you die. That's not how it works. The consciousness that we have now carries over into the next life. Now, whether that means you have to come back and reincarnate into another body, or whether you get to escape the wheel of life and move on to even higher levels of consciousness, that is not decided yet. That is something that you can determine by how you live now. And so that's what it's all about. So that's what I wanted to leave you with today. Have fun tonight, but have fun in such a way that you remember why you're here on this planet. Okay? So say hi to my little friend here. This is my one little Halloween decoration that I hung up, among other things. And so he or she is a reminder that life is finite. Human life, earthly life is finite, but conscious life lives on forever. Peace and love.